Marriage, you must understand that if you do not understand your partner, if you do not understand how your wife behaves, if the wife doesn't understand what my husband is, and even if there is difference of opinion, both of y'all should come to an agreement as to how best we can serve oneself. So if you serve, you allow the person's positivity to serve you back. But if you go on superimposing your view, saying that no, I want it like that. So allow your husband to flourish in the relationship by serving him. Allow your wife to flourish in the relationship. See the best you bring out of your wife. See the best you bring out of your husband. Conflict in marriage or conflict in any association, whether you find that there is a conflict between two countries, then taper it down. Whether it's conflict between two states, whether it's conflict between two individuals, two business partners. So analyze. When you analyze what is the cause of conflict, you'll understand that the cause of conflict comes from disagreement. Your view versus my view. Now, when you say your view versus my view, you shift the focus from what is right to the personality, to personalizing the issue. So the individual becomes more important rather than the solution. So therefore, when you talk about conflict, what is a conflict? Conflict is nothing but it's born out of a disagreement. A disagreement is born out of personalizing your view versus my view. So, conflict should be handled. Firstly, you must understand, no two persons are the same. The day you understand that no two human beings are the same, we have won 90% of the battle. So the general tendency is that you believe that since humans are one species, every human should act the same way. But what you must understand is that in that plurality of human beings, there is a singularity of nature. This you must understand. In the plurality of human beings, there is a singularity of nature. Means that although human beings are the same, but no one person is the same. Each one has a singular nature. Compare that to animals. As my guru says, Swamiji says, that animals have they're all in their singularity of species. In their singularity of species. In that, you'll understand that they are plural. So actually, my guru doesn't say this. This is what I'm saying. So Swamiji says, what Swamiji says is collective. It's a collective nature. So human beings have no problems dealing with animals. Why is that so? Because you understand, you expect that a tiger will have a particular way of behaving and the tiger will snap. A monkey has given the largest scale in the zoo. Why? Because a monkey jumps. One year. Why is that? 1 year. That's the nature of the monkey. But still you go to the zoo and what do you want to see? What does your child want to see? Your child wants to say, Mama, I want to see a tiger. Why do you want to see a tiger when it's growling? So you understand the species, you expect them to behave according to what the species is. But in human being, you don't understand that in that plurality, each one is singular. So each human will act in a different way. So where is the conflict? You need to understand that let me first find out what is your primary goal and what is your obligation in a relationship. Let's say in this case, a husband-wife. In marriage, since you asked about marriage. So a husband understands, his primary obligation in the marriage is, let me find out what type of nature my wife. Sometimes she's nice, sometimes. Let me tap the right side. Why do you look at the bad side? assuming that she has got some negativity. Why do you look at negativity? Your eyes, if you have a positive mind, you see positivity. Yes, there could be negativity, but so what? Avoid that. Don't you go slowly on a speed breaker? See, it's very, very philosophical. Once you have Vedanta in you, everything becomes very philosophical. I was in a traffic, I was waiting in the signal, and there was a bike, there's a bike guy who was coming. He was a rider, the bike rider with the pillion ride. And the pillion rider was shaking from behind. The pillion guy was shaking. So the bike rider is saying, "Arey, don't shake, Baba." So he's saying, "Why? You have the control over the bike." He said, No. What you must understand is if you shake, my whole balance goes. So marriage, you must understand that if you do not understand your partner, if you do not understand how your wife behaves, if the wife doesn't understand what my husband is, and even if there is difference of opinion, both of y'all should come to an agreement as to how best we can serve oneself, the couple. Or if there is a disagreement, one person wants a house here, one person wants the house there, let her have it. What difference does it make? What difference does it make? So if you serve, you allow the person's positivity to serve you back. But if you go on superimposing your view, saying that no, I want it like that, then it becomes every time you want your things, you don't allow the person to flourish. It could be your wife. So allow your husband to flourish in the relationship by serving him. Allow your wife to flourish in the relationship. See the best you bring out of your wife. See the best you bring out of your husband. So when you serve each other, where is there a conflict? And you understand that serve you, it's fine. You don't need to say yes. The wife understands that's his view, it's fine. You don't need to agree. And in a joint decision, you must understand that what is best for the decision, what is best for the circumstance, whether it could be the wife or the husband, you have to understand that the superior decision has to overtake the inferior. Only then the marriage will last. Otherwise, there will be conflicts and conflicts and conflicts. There will be confrontations, there will be confrontation. There will be arguments, there will be arguments. You will have fights, those arguments will lead to fights. It will lead to frustration. And ultimately, what? Very simple. Divorce. Divorce is not a solution. Divorce is never a solution. In fact, divorce is something, it's a dissolution. Divorce, remember this, divorce is not a solution. It's a dissolution of a relation. So, stop conflicting, understand each one, and understand when you use your intellect to understand your wife or the husband. And you must agree. Let her have her way. What difference there is? You see the harmony. You've tried out everything else. At least try the solution. You see the harmony it brings about. Then you will find. And lastly, the higher decision, what is best in the circumstance. It could come from your wife, it could come from your husband. But the higher gives way to the low. That comes from the intellect. Then you will find no conflict.